unreviewed, people's vague concepts of what ideas might be. So be very careful about other online sources you use to get information for your submissions. Next point I've got here is how do you do it? What you need to do here first off is develop some kind of study plan. It might be on a napkin you do at the coffee shop on a Saturday morning, or it might be a spreadsheet or literally a project plan. You nut out to say, hey, next 13 weeks I'm going to do this, this and this. I've got some key benchmarks in here. Assignment due. It's going to take 10 days to put this assignment together. Make a plan so you know what's coming up and you can fit it in with your busy personal, family, work, travel schedules, all the stuff that's going on in your world to make it happen. Think about what outcomes you need, and again, reflecting on your business, work, family, travel agenda, what would you like to get out of this? I mean, everyone would like to get a high distinction, but that's not going to happen for everyone. The more other things you've got going on, the more you should aim to get a pass or a credit and balance work, life, play, study and all those things so you get an outcome that's acceptable and doable. There's no point in aiming high if you can't deliver on it, and there's no point aiming too low if it's not going to meet your goals of your organisation, reimbursing your funding, whatever else might be going on in those areas as well. So really important to link what you need to do and your motivation for doing this course, this subject, together with what you're available to do during the time of the period. Now, what to study is a really important thing, because you've got your subject outline. It'll go, yeah, study all these things. Again, if you're very busy and time poor and travelling and young families, whatever else might be going on in your world, sickness, health, etc., then you need to choose often not to read everything that's available and not to do everything that's available. But you do need to do the things which contribute to the learning objectives of the subject, and specifically to the assessments, the things you will get marks for doing, so you can get your mark to the goal that you've set for yourself, pass, credit, distinction, whatever else it might be. So make sure you think about what's going on there. Certainly doing everything is not always the best option for everybody. You're welcome to do it if you want to. Now, assignments, which is point number 7, are the key things which the academics are going to assess your performance on. And assignments are submissions where you do your own research often, you do your own writing, and sometimes you might work in groups and you submit a piece of work, often an essay, a business report, hard copy, electronic copy, video, other media, audio recordings, experiment, you name it, to the academic and their markers to assess your ability to understand the key concepts of the subject. And I guess it's where you find out whether you're any good at what you say you are and whether you're any good at the learning material which has been put in front of you. So make sure when you submit something, it reflects all the things that you want it to be. So I would say a couple of suggestions around this one. Look for material that is current and relevant, very important. Check out what your lecturer has written, so check journal articles for your own lecture or academics work. Often they will like to see that you found out that they exist. Often you can critique their work and make sure you build a good strong case for that so that you can help advance the argument around a particular academic area, and that can be a really powerful way to get great marks in an assignment if you do it well. Certainly sucking up to your lecture but just going, yeah, you're fantastic, your work is great, it probably won't earn you the marks that you think it might possibly earn you. Put together a logical, well-researched, well-signposted piece of work. So read the question back that you've been asked to answer. Make sure, and in fact in my personal use I would break that down to a series of headings. I would populate the material under each of those headings. In academic writing we'd probably be looking for one reference per paragraph, maybe a little bit less. If you're doing very high quality work you might pull multiple references per paragraph, and making your case, so logically build your case using other people's work, backed in and integrated with your own originality and your own take of things to make a well-argued assignment, no matter what the case might be. Make sure you reference the material you've got, and I'll give you some tips on that in a second as well. When you finish your drafts, make sure you say multiple drafts of this so you don't lose it. Reread, have somebody else read your work, make sure you spell check and ensure the presentation is appropriate for the final form that it's going to be presented in. Many universities use electronic submission methods these days. Academics will get downloaded possibly Word documents, possible PDF files, and they can appear in very different ways when they're printed in colour, when they're printed watched on screen. So make sure you think about how it will be received and make sure your presentation meets that particular need. Universities all will have specific minimum requirements around names, student numbers, formats and all those kind of things. Make sure you understand what those are. If your subject's got an exam to do, there's a couple of things you need to know about exams as well. Look for the things in the learning objectives which are not covered by other assessment pieces. That's going to help you shortcut your studies largely down to the key things which haven't been tested yet and that will be tested in an exam piece possibly. Check out whether the exam is of must-pass value and identify what each question's worth, because some questions in an exam might be highly more prized than others in terms of your time and effort and value for that too. Ensure that you attend any sessions, WebExes, the late information that comes from lecturers about exams. Make sure you read that for the fine detail in that as well. Point number 9, tools that can help you make this happen. The internet is your friend, but it can also get you failed. And refer back to my earlier point about plagiarism. Cutting and pasting chunks of work from the internet is incredibly dangerous, and if it's not referenced correctly, it will bring you undone every single time. But the internet also is a vast resource of great current and old information. Use it, reference it, but make sure you integrate it with your own original work and work of other people from academic journals and those kind of things as well. Another tool, very powerful, Microsoft Word 2007 or similar. Set up a template for your assignment. Make it look great. Presentation is still important no matter where you are. Word 2007 has its own bibliographic tool, and you can insert a bibliograph from a list of readings and put readings in and references in, and you can put in different sorts of references and use that template to come up with the right form of referencing, for example APA, which your academic might require. Also use the table of contents to insert your table of contents automatically to make that happen as well. Study groups are great, group inspiration is fantastic, but if you're getting marked on individual work, make sure you do not cross the line about handing in work that someone else might have handed in previously. At the end of the day, point number 10, you have to do the work. There is no particular easy way around university, and if it was easy, everyone would have the qualification you're trying to get. So put the work in, get a great result so that over time, and it won't happen instantaneously, it's going to change your work life and your personal life. No matter whether it's an undergraduate degree or a master's degree, but you will get great outcomes in your future if you do the work around the learning of the material that you've been provided in front of it. And after graduation, you'll look back and go, wow, that was sometimes a painful process, but I've grown heaps from that. So do the work, enjoy your study, and have a great time. Thank you.